All right, what is up? Participation Trophy Racing League. Uh, I use aficionados too much. Diehard fans. Fanatics. I don't know how many more words there are for fans. Diehard, blowhard. Fans are. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Let's let's just cut it short. Let's go into the stand. Drivers Championship. We have a lead set by the Berkey after that second race. Very very interesting. I guess we're seeing a little bit of inconsistent results from some drivers as, he only started off with a 7th place and then getting a 2nd place at Coda. Kreger, JC18 in 2nd. Uh Turbo Chicken 3rd. Oh, you know what? This is my mistake. Hold on. I need to pull it back up. I forgot that they have the reserves down at the bottom. So the driver actually leading, I can't even see his points. Should be what? Winning 2 races. Fuck, man. I don't what is it? Like 80 points, I think. Is the reserve psychotical yet to be given a spot as there are still full seats, but actually it is psychotical leading with 2 race wins back to back to start the season. Looking at the top 10, Chronico in top 10. It is Bro Joshua 1 point below. You can't see that, but it is Chronico with 21 points, tied with Max Scavenger. But yeah, so really massive lead set currently by Psychotical. Switching on over to constructors, this is what we've got. We have the Racing Bulls, V-Carb, leading with 98 points, 23 points ahead of Red Bull, their parent team. They have a P1 and a P2. What's up, Shawarma? Caddy in 3rd. Can't see their logo. I think it might just be the wrong color or just a bug in the software, but all good. So yeah, really not running away yet, but solid lead to start off the season by the Racing Bulls. Most DNFs by the Aston Martin team. Nothing too unexpected from there. That should do it. That should do it. Let's hop into the actual race. Let me unmute the game. We are go. We are live for the race here. Let me pull up my stuff. We have people already about to begin their hot laps. Nope, I lied. First out is seemingly a Haas? Or is it another Cadillac? I think it's a Haas. It is Examined Games. But seeing as Sparkashira, the league owner, is near the front and will be starting his lap soon, let's focus on him. League owner does have its privileges when it comes to commentary, as I would say. Let me just make sure I split the Discord messages so I'm not missing anything in the chat. I think we should be perfectly a-okay to go. So Spa, very, very fun track, very historic track, very long track. And now with these new regs, very difficult to maintain a consistent level of battery across the entire race. Especially, see, like race, maybe you don't need to be going the fastest you can every single lap as long as you're maintaining battery, maintaining race pace. Quali, where you want to be absolute as fast as possible in one lap, it is a lot more crucial, and it's going to be very, very difficult. It's just so much more battery dependent for your flying lap here at Spa compared to other tracks. But here we go, Spark going to turn 1. Decent entry. Maybe a little slow on exit, but it is his first hot lap. Doesn't need to go too aggressive. Needs to set a decent lap. Is behind an Aston Martin and a Haas. We already saw that the Haas was Examined Games. Not too sure which Aston Martin it is that is ahead of him. And yeah, he is sandwiched between Aston Martins at the moment. He has 1 ahead and 1 behind. Out of battery down this straight, but very likely to be sitting in none for the remainder of this kind of short technical sector 2 part of the lap. Or maybe not. Using a little bit of medium. I'm not too experienced around Spa. I've barely done any amount of laps around Spa with the new regs, so I don't have much experience to call on as far as pace and qualifying go for this track. We'll have very low batteries so far going into the very end of this lap. Might be a none now, as he's not using a single percentage of battery. Here we go. Now deploying the last gasp of battery that he has left for this lap. We're seeing he's not, yeah, might needed to shift down to 7th as he had dropped down in RPMs. Now approaching bus stop, a 146.2 set by Examined Games. I would like to think the Spark will be able to go faster than that. 145.9 set by Dom. Drag race to the finish is Spark, 146.4. Not fast as Dom. Dustin setting a 146.3. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Giant Stick will be crossing finish line here shortly. Smiley and Pixel Knight looking pretty off the pace so far. Shawarma as well. No, not that far off the pace, but 146.7. Stick setting a 147.4. Where's Chronico? Chronico heading into the bus stop. We see Bro Joshua 146.5 into P7. Spark barely hanging on to the top 5 for the moment. Berkey in 6th. Chronico jumping up into P8. Not spectacular. Rockstar about to finish his lap. Might need to turn up my headset a little bit. Snapping the car into the bus stop. Really riding that curve. Maybe maybe messing with his exit speed a little. 146.1. Maybe not. Into P4 he goes. Let's take a look at Constipated maybe starting his hot lap. Or is somebody else about to finish? Yes, Gold Killer about to finish his. Why was he in first gear? Gold Killer, bro. Who in their right mind? What are we doing, Gold Killer? Why are we in first gear? Don't go into first gear. Lair down, ready on. Beecham about to finish his hot lap. 147 flat. NASCAR Freak. I don't know if he's on a hot lap or not. This is weird. He's using battery, but he's not deploying, so hard to tell. On a hot lap, we do have Constipated, though. I think it's a very safe guess that this track of all tracks will probably be the easiest when it comes to not bringing out unnecessary yellow flags. But a yellow flag around this track would definitely be the absolute worst as far as actual impact goes to a lap. Because if you're unaware, overtake mode, the blue juice, the extra little kick to your horsepower, actually has no difference in in power to the wheels or power from the engine until you're over 290 kilometers an hour. So it is a very rare scenario in which you are genuinely losing time from a yellow flag. In qualifying, it doesn't affect you until you're roughly at 290 or above kilometers an hour. If those of you, if some of you guys were not aware, Giant Sticks, I don't know, hot lap I don't think is slower, so not very consequential. Gold Killer either going for another one or going into the pits. He is going for another one. Very unaccustomed to no assists, is learning as he goes. Let's take a look at his qualifying here. Oh lord, stop going into first gear, homie. What are we doing? Gold Killer, come on. You're killing me, Smalls. Why are we dropping to first gear? This isn't Monaco, pal. Alright. Dumping all of his battery. Not too shabby through here. A little bit of an early turn in maybe. Kind of not getting as much speed through there. You can tell he is very tentative on the throttle. Beecham leaving the session. I think I have him added. Let's see if I can invite him. If not, RIP for Beecham. I do not see a Beecham on my list. There is no Beecham on my list. But yeah, I mean, from seeing him drive with full assists before, and I mean all of them, you know, like even automatic gears, he's just not even taking lines as aggressively as he would before. And I mean, like, it's a massive difference in the lines he's taking. Barely pushing track limits. It's like he's just terrified the whole time. See here, he wasn't even using overtake, and it wouldn't have made much of a difference as he wasn't even remotely close to 290 kilometers an hour. And into the pits. Interesting. Let's take a look at Nova. I without realizing, found his way sniping P2 right under my nose. Kreger in third, Rockstar in fourth, Examined in fifth. Ooh, a little rough there from Dom. I won't know how much time he might have lost from there. Game crashed, invite please. Let's see if I can invite him now. Maybe he just wasn't back online yet. I think I have him added. I swear I've seen his name in my invites. Do not see him. I cannot invite him. Dom, I guess, immediately kind of giving up on this lap. He has a Haas behind him. It is Examined Games. And then a Mercedes behind him is Smiley, but he is on an out lap, not a flying lap. 1/10 slower so far is Examined Games. X mode. Project X. I don't know what to call Examined Games. It's kind of a weird name to try and nickname, you know? Is his name Examined or is his name Games, or is there some other thing I can come up with? X Games mode. That's his name. That's his new name. His new name is X Game. Invalidated. Get him out of here. Absolute bomologist. Nova beginning his hot lap, exiting turn 1, screaming downhill into Eau Rouge, as the Frenchman would say it. Je parle un peu de français. Nommé un peu. Zero battery down this straight. This is what I'm saying, man. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. He is almost 3/10 faster so far. But yeah, it is brutal. You feel like you're swimming in water. Spark, fastest lap so far, 1:45.8. Looking very good so far. I don't want to say it was unexpected from him. But, you know, a little bit out of the blue. Maybe a little out of the cyan. You know. Not super unexpected, but, you know, just a little bit of a surprise from Spark Shira, the military man on deployment in Italy. Nova harvesting battery through here. Ooh, taking a little too much curve, maybe unsettling the car. Look at how much battery he has. Yes, Nova, give me all the battery deployment. Drop it on me. Almost 2/10 improvement, losing about like 8 hundredths. Scavenger's hitting a 45.7. Is getting a little bit of slipstream from a red V-carb and has been let through. What are you talking about, Supra? What do you mean the timing, bruh? Nova improving to a... Oh, losing out at the very end. Let's see, Rockstar about to finish his hot lap. Is 2/10 up, potentially. Potentially. Bro, don't you worry about it. That is completely normal. You're just misinterpreting the situation, Supra. That is a you issue, not a me. I said nothing weird at all. You were just reading too much into it. Rockstar improving to pole position. Trop rapide et Rockstar. Scavenger on an in lap, Kreger invalidated lap, Examined invalidated, Dusty Bun. I guess in lap, he's almost out of fuel. What about Berkster? Berkster on a flying lap, I think, is improving so far. Allez, Berkey! Allez, allez! Oh, not invalidated. Oh. Pas invalidation. Invalidation. Yeah, that's probably how you would say it. Really whipping his car through. Purple sector 2, but does he have the battery? Can he carry the speed down this super long section? Supra saying that he has spent too much energy on the first 2 sectors, and after seeing Supra's pace at Miami, you know, I hadn't seen you race in a little while, Supra. You know, you weren't that fast in Abraxas when I first saw you over there, but after seeing your pace and seeing the kind of level you bring to these new regs, I will just have to agree with you. Smiley, not on a hot lap, does have a Ferrari ahead of him. Ferrari is Beecham. Beecham is on a flying lap. Oh, see, that's some lore drop for Supra. He was transitioning to wheel back in those olden times. That is fire, man, dude. You're doing very good for yourself. It hasn't even been that long of a time between them. Yeah, dude, that's awesome for you. I you know, that's just awesome. Beecham improving by 6/10 potentially. That could bring him to a 146.4, but will need a lot more if he is to really move his way up near the top of qualifying. Examine games, outlaps. Yep, everybody near the back of the grid currently in qualifying. The only ones out on track or the only ones on hot laps as we speak. Beecham sprinting to the finish. 146.3. Pretty solid, pretty solid. P8. P8, not too shabby for the old man. I don't know how old he is. I'm just saying that. I'm just waffling out here. All right, outlap. Let's take a look at Max Scavenger's outlap. Nope, he's a little early in his outlap. I thought he was a little farther in. Examine games bringing out a yellow flag, but probably unaffecting or not affecting anybody. Oh, look at this traffic we're going through. Beecham, we just saw finish his hot lap. NASCAR Freak about to finish his. Game showing a 5/10 improvement. Riding a little curb. Compromised his exit. Improves by 2/10 to go to P12. Not spectacular at all. Giant stick. I might have just finished his lap. Yeah, just finished his lap. All right. Dom is there. Here we go. Nope, Spark has just started his outlap. Everybody coming out for the last gasp of qualifying. Turbo kind of pushing. Some of these guys might be cutting it a little close for qualifying. See, like Chronico, he might be cutting it a little close. There is so much traffic ahead. Any little accident, any little incident, any little spin out this far back in qualifying, at least, you know, on track, this far back on track, heading into the very end of qualifying, is very risky. You're really begging that nobody dies in front of you. So to lead it off, we have a V-Carb of Stick. Will be the first to start qualifying, but let's take a look at maybe people farther up. Sorry, Stick. Nothing personal. Dom. There is no Psychotical today. He did have some personal matters to attend to. I think he will be fully available tomorrow. Not that that really matters for this league, but yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Dom. Last little bit of warming of the tires. What can Mr. Dom do for us today? Extending his length to the racing line to really maximize the space and get as much speed up for his flying lap. I think some people talking about it have said that it is about a 10th that you can get extra from that. So that is pretty good. That's pretty good. Everybody behind him on their flying laps, the last of the session. Not using much battery deployment through Eau Rouge, but using it heading into Radion. There he goes. Flying. Retiring from the session, bringing out some yellow flags, but should not affect anybody. Again, like I said, only really makes a difference at about 290 kilometers plus. He's looking very confident so far. Rockstar is still holding on to pole position, but it'll come down to this very last stint from everybody else on track. That is it for qualifying. Anybody else that crosses the finish line from here on out will be done with qualifying. Dom currently flying. Ooh, he's lost some time there. He might have cooked his lap. Nova immediately behind him. Scavenger setting the new fastest lap, but has a lot of drivers behind about to finish theirs. Nova, one of them, improving by 6/10 so far. Ain't no way. The game is lying. The game is lying. A 145.4 potentially from Nova. There is no way. I refuse to believe it. I will only believe it when I see it. It'll all come down to this exit out of the bus stop chicane. 145.5 set by Dom. Nova not getting it at the very end. Rockstar launching through the chicane, maybe going a little deep. Nope, he's not improving. Spark improving a little bit. We'll need over 2/10, 3/10 to take pole. Dom on provisional pole right now. Turbo launching into P4. Spark launching into P2. 2/10 almost off. Stick, it's okay, homie. I believe in you. Kreger next across the finish line here. No, I lied. It's a Williams. Williams of Gold Killer or Chronico. Not sure which one. It was Chronico. No improvement from him. Kreger not improving either. Last on track is Gold Killer. Okay, well, that pretty much sums it up. Is not the slowest, though. Did it just... I think the game just added an AI. Oh, my lord. What are we doing, game? What are we doing? But taking the front row, or the taking pole position is Dom. And look at this beautiful man. This beautiful, beautiful man. Look at him. Spark Hashira. Domo arigato. Spark-san. Berkey saying that his audio is cutting in and out. I've heard some people. It might have been you, Berkey, but I think somebody was talking about it in PTRL chat. Oh fuck! I have low battery in my headset. Oh shit. Oh shit. Give me a second. Where's my charging cable? Where'd I throw it? It's over here. Fuck. We'll just plug it in over here. All right. Ugh. Alright, we now will wait. You have to use monitor audio? Ah, hell nah. Bricks are cooked, bro. Bricks are chopped as hell. Stick saying he'll need to vulture up whatever points he can. I guess that's one way to look at it. Alright. Some message pings. Uh, Oh fuck, I forgot to pull up Hoops D2 stream. I like to keep tabs on my good buddies. Kartik sitting on pole right now. Let's fucking go, Kartik. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, Mike. Significantly faster than the rest of the grid at the moment. Oof. Ooferson. I will say though, what it really comes down to is a lot of people just kind of a little annoyed that he is so much better than the rest of the D2 grid, but we got to remember, he was not that fast before the new regs. What he has done is practiced. He's had the time to practice, and not only has he had the time to practice, he's made that practice count. That is the big difference that a lot of people overlook. It's one thing to have time and put in hours and hours and hours and hours. That is one thing. It is another to actually improve because of those hours. Those are two very different things. They don't always go hand in hand. It is about quality of practice and also just a little bit of learning ability, a little bit of natural talent. I know that might sound silly, saying like, "Oh, you have a natural talent for a video game," but like, it's true. You can have a natural talent for anything. Um, some people in our hemisphere of leagues, right? PTRL, FSR, Chronic, have a talent for being terrorists. We also have people who have a talent for being obnoxious. We have people who have a talent for, uh, being clean drivers, this and that, whatever. Um, I don't know, Stick. I mean, I think what it really comes down to is setup, as those are still kind of, not as mainstream, not as known by everybody yet. And the other just being, it's probably also a huge thing of just battery. Maybe you're not actually saving, maybe you're just not using the battery where you need to be. You're not saving where you need to be. You're not going enough. There's just so many different things, and then also it's just a different way to drive these cars as well. So without comparing yourself directly to somebody else, there's no way to know, right? Um, you mirror their battery usage. Well, it might come down to setup then. Maybe you're washed. Could also be it. All right, let's look at these tire strategies. So everybody except for Bro Joshua, Berkey, NASCAR, and Shawarma and Constipated starting on mediums. Everybody else, or those guys on the hards. One stop, definitely the way to go, barring any safety car. Barring any safety car. Safety car comes out. That is where people have to be good on their feet. They have to be on their toes. They have to be good at improvising. Oh, I forgot about leaving the D2 stream up. Qualifying is about to be over. And it looks like Kartik will be sitting on pole. Fire, fire, fire. Love to see it. Absolutely spectacular for my homie. Limerence sitting in 5th during qualifying. Not too shabby. What it do? A far and above, without question, the cleanest driver on any grid. It's every race he wins cleanest driver. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't know how he manages to do it, race in and race out. Oof. Other league owner Deuce is not doing as well as Spark, near the bottom of the grid in qualifying. Rough qualifying for him. Ooh. Getting some weird ghosting from the game, rendering the graphics, which is fine, whatever. Will Kartik hold on to his pole position? I mean, it would take like a 4.5 tenths improvement from Swampy Star, so kind of unlikely. Avicular, yeah. Nobody really getting close to Kartik's time at the moment. I do wonder if Kartik maybe saved a set of softs, just in case, because with that good of a time, there's no need to use up all your softs, And he went for an even faster lap. He said a 1:45.9. Well, 999. Literally a thousandth of a second under 1:46. So I don't know. You never know, right? I mean, I just like to save a third set of softs because you genuinely never know. I'm not good enough in qualifying to really make use of 3 sets of tires. So That's just my philosophy when it comes to qualifying. To bring it to a close, though, we are just about done with reforming the grid after the formation lap, and will be commencing this race at Spa. PTRL Week 3, Division 1, brought to you by LaFridge Gamer, owner of FSR. And off we go. Off we go to turn 1. This is a very potentially dangerous and deadly turn 1. Can we keep it clean through here? I think so far. Oh, what a beauty, boys. Absolutely spectacular. Dude, I'm going to jizz. All right, here we go. We might see some early overtakes. Let's get this telemetry up. Looking pretty solid. I hate that it gives me these camera angles, man. Give me the top-down view so I can actually see people overtaking or not. Beecham getting ahead of Kreger, NASCAR getting ahead of Schwarman, and then Turbo getting ahead of Max. Max kind of holding that inside line to try to fight that position. Yellow flags. It is the McLaren still ahead, but still with Scavenger kind of at his hip, showing his intention early. Scavenger losing out on the position, is now steadily behind the McLaren. People already, yeah, Scavenger, one of them, already maybe getting a track limits warning. Smiley getting ahead of Berkster. Berkster down into P14. Oh, he just qualified horribly. Oh, God. I thought he had some kind of horrible incident to start the race and dropped positions like a madman. We're seeing a lot of close proximity driving back here. Nova. Whoa. There's so much up and down movement between these deltas that it is just so impossible to do any kind of predicting. But Nova very close to the back of Scavenger. Might make a move here shortly into the bus stop chicane. Get a little bit of a POV. Does he go for the late move? Yes, he does. Late braking. Clean overtake, I would like to say. Very well done from Nova up into P5. Very expertly done. Fastest lap set by Dom. Turbo getting a run on Rockstar. Has the inside line. Does Rockstar try to squeeze him in? No, he does not. Gives him ample room. Trying to just prioritize getting a better exit. And look at the battery that he has. Letting Turbo get ahead of him for now to harvest battery. And Alpine trying to poke his nose around the caddy. Or no, around the... Wait, what? Around the Audi. I'm stupid. It was almost a side-by-side through Eau Rouge. Maybe it was a side-by-side. Spark making his move into P1. And Aston setting it up the inside on the Alpine, side-by-side with Nova. It is Dustin. Couldn't make it stick. Could not make it stick, but pretty solid attempt, I would like to say. Aggressive move, but no damage done. Kind of quiet now. Kind of quiet on the Western Front. This not anywhere I expect anybody to really make any kind of an overtake. Oh, Stick did overtake. Ooh, superiority slipping up a little bit maybe. Schwarman down into P18. Holy, 3 positions lost. Now this is about where we start to expect you know, some moves being made as people have different levels of battery or deploy differently through the straight. It is Rockstar getting ahead of Turbo now. Ooh, look at this close driving. Who the hell is Benadryl? Is that Eric? Oh my god. Ooh, inside lunge from Nova through bus stop. Does not get the traction on Turbo. The Aston of Dom running out of battery. It seems like Spark trying to defend his position against Rockstar. Rockstar up into P2. Side by side between the Aston Martin and the McLaren. Nova trying to get the run on Turbo. Going into Eau Rouge. Turbo kind of backing out. Going for the re-overtake through here. Very well executed from Turbo. Better battery management, it seems like, as Nova is just kind of a sitting duck down the straight. It is the Aston Martin now making a move. Is ahead. Or no, it was the... Fuck, dude. I'm telling you, these camera angles make it so hard to really know what's going on. I'm doing my best. I'm a little confused. I'm an old man. I have dementia. Leave me alone. I am doing my absolute best. I have to tune out the voices. We are seeing a lot of action so far. Examine getting ahead of Kreger. Ooh, these two actually side by side at the moment, doing a little bit of a switch. A little, you go forward. No, you go forward. Spark being overtaken by the Aston Martin. Retaking the position. A little bit of scrappy fighting in the back. Just look at the congestion on track at the moment. This late into the race. And I say late like it's lap 20. No, it's lap 3. But for everybody to still be so close together this far into the opening stage of the race. Ooh, misjudging a little bit is Dustin potentially. But look at the amount of battery that he has. And like I said, ooh, a McLaren turbo going wide, kind of staying off track. What the hell? Just look at this, dude. This is exciting. Everybody able to have a go at each other. Late braking from Nova, completely missing his braking. Trying to do a safe rejoin. I mean, questionable. It's very difficult there at bus stop to really make a safe rejoin. Don't do that to me. Don't give me that point of view at this sort of a time. Why is Hoop in the main menu? Yellow flags. Is everybody okay? I think everybody's okay, maybe, possibly. Beach him into the pit. Scavenger down at the P17. What happened to Scavenger? Terrorized? Oh no. Scavenger, no. What happened? No. Anyways. Dustin maybe with a run on the Alpine of Nova. Not making a move though. Biding his time, being patient. That, you know, there are times where patience is a virtue in these new regs. Dom getting ahead of Rockstar, maybe making a bit of a late lunge up the inside, taking a little bit of grass. Kind of, fuck, dude. There's a word that I've been looking for the past 40 minutes that I just cannot think about. Compromising. There we go. Possibly compromising his exit, taking that grass, losing out on a little bit of traction. Dom getting a run on Rockstar, not using it though. Same with Turbo. Turbo really on the rear wing of Turbo Chicken. Or no, Turbo on Dom, I mean. My bad. Turbo dumping battery, has a lot of battery. It's so hard to really time the run through these turns. Taking the inside. Dude, give me a different angle, please. Jesus. Help me, game. God. Nova with a bit of a switchback to get a better exit. Does not get it, though. Spark, new fastest lap. On lap 4, Spark is absolutely flying at the moment. I love to see it. Rockstar going deep, going very deep. Only losing one position, though. Right now, the top 6 kind of breaking away. Examine doing his best to keep it close and maintain overtake. Does he have? He did maintain overtake down this this previous lap. Rockstar with the run on the McLaren of Turbo. Out of battery, though. Does somebody else have more battery to continue deploying? No. Oh! That is an incident. There has been an incident. Turbo dropping down 3 positions due to that incident. I have no idea who was at fault. I did have a good angle. I have a little bit of personal bias, I'll be honest. I'm not the steward, though. I am not a steward, so that personal bias means absolutely squat diddly nothing. Turbo will look to regain some positions. Ooh, Spark has pulled away from Rockstar. Maybe a direct result of that little incident there. Turbo trying to make a move on Nova. Sticking his nose in there. Not able to pull it off, though. But yeah, currently Spark really pulling away from the rest of the field. If Spark can break the overtake train, he will be in a great spot. But Rockstar might be able to regain it. He should have overtake for the next lap. Spark not really making use of that second gap that he had formed. So this will give Rockstar yet another chance. Dude, can I please stop getting that shitty angle when I'm trying to watch the action? Look at all this weaving, bob and weave, float like a stutter, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee is what they say. Dom into P4, overtaken by Nova. It is now Rockstar and Spark on their own. Ooh, these two trying to go side by side down to Rouge. Ooh, that is ballsy. I am pretty sure he will not be happy about it. Turbo getting ahead of Nova now. Turbo maybe also getting ahead of Dom all in one. Stop giving me this fucking camera angle, dude. This is actually making me mad. Genuinely, this is making me mad. Ooh, Turbo losing out on a little bit of speed through there. Trying to keep his nose in on the inside, though. As these guys continue to fight with each other, they're just losing more and more time to the front runners right now. Yeah, they're 2 seconds now behind of Rockstar. Rockstar and Spark absolutely happy with the situation unfolding behind them. Let's take a quick glance at the midfield as I see Stick and NASCAR Freak exchanging positions here. Give them a little bit of coverage here. Examine Games gaining on Dustin. Has the run on him. Taking the outside line, trying to make a move around the outside. Will have the apex on the next turn, and does have the move. Very well done, very well timed. Has so much battery to spare, too. Take a look back here. What do we have going on? We have a little train. Hop aboard, or on aboard. Destination, destination, Spa Francorchamps. Estimated time of arrival, 9:44 p.m. I don't know. I don't know where I was taking that. NASCAR getting ahead of Stick. Positions gained as well. Positions gained and lost immediately. Dude, what are these fucking camera angles? I'm losing it, bro. I'm losing it. Stick, very slow through here. Ugh. Turbo, I'm going. Turbo, nope. Was very close to Dom. Dom now ahead of Nova. Nova sitting kind of slow there. Maybe trying to harvest battery or something? I don't know. He's kind of a sitting duck at the moment. Yeah, he's sitting in none. Trying to reharvest battery. Almost 3 seconds now between Dom and Rockstar. This is looking solid for the two leaders. Both up positions. Shawarma and Max battling it out. This is what the fuck? What is that? That's a questionable rejoin as well from Scavenger. I wonder what happened between him and Shawarma. Shawarma already giving Chronico a tap. A little hello, and there's a V-carb spun. It is Stick. Oh boy. Stick just really not loving it at the moment. Dom has kind of gained time on Rockstar though. Rockstar's kind of slumping a little in pace. See what Mr. Shawarma is capable of here. Looking very hungry to overtake Chronico. And also has a very hungry gold killer behind him. Rockstar with a 3-second time penalty. That is bad. Quite frankly, that is bad. Needs to regain that time on the car behind of Dom. Dude, can I please get a different fucking camera angle? What is Shawarma doing? What has happened there? Has he been squeezed off by Chronico? Or did Shawarma send a move into a closing gap? I didn't get to see because of the horrid camera angle. And let me predict this. Let me hit pause on this real quick. You ready for this? Shawarma's gonna be like, oh, it's not me. Why do you always pick on me? I didn't do anything wrong. Bro, take a deep breath. Mouth breathe for like a couple seconds before you start reacting. I don't know what happened. You know, this is you know, I just say maybe this happened, maybe that happened. You know, it's nothing personal, Shawarma. Don't cry. Wah wah wah. That's the sound of Shawarma. Taking a pause from breathing out of his mouth constantly to wail, to cry like a little child. And if you haven't noticed, if anybody if anybody complains, if anybody gives me a hard time about anything, I just give them an even harder time. See, it's a give and a take. It's a give and a take. You gotta be able to take it if you're gonna dish it out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Not much action at the moment. People kind of settling in as tires are beginning to wear. Now, the people on the hards will be on the faster tires at the moment as the mediums have worn. Pretty close with crossover point, I think. Maybe not, actually. Maybe a little later. is where they will have a clear advantage. Bro Joshua is making a move on Berkey potentially. Is ahead of Berkey now. Now very close to Dustin. Rockstar first to pit. Dom following him. Who else will follow? They are going for the undercut. Undercut is massive in the new cars. I feel like a stockbroker just staring at these numbers. Examined getting a better run out of Eau Rouge is ahead of Nova now. Nova perhaps a sitting duck once again. Dustin really getting that draft from him. Bro Joshua and Berkey behind, both looking eager beaver to make a move. Dom down into P16 after pitting. Rockstar down into P14. Berkey getting back ahead of Bro Joshua. What a move. What a move. Oh, what the hell happened with the lobby in D2? They're not even in race. What is going on, bro, in D2? We're almost halfway done with this race, and they're not even in their race. Let's check in on Sparky. Hello, Sparky! Hello! Buongiorno! Buongiorno, bambino! No, buongiorno, mi bambino. I don't know any more Italian. Mangia! Forza, forza! I'm just gonna guess rapido is Italian for fast. I don't fucking know, bro. Spark probably doesn't even know either. Into the pits he goes to react to the undercut. Berkey staying out. I think he was on the hards. Yes. Makes sense for him to stay out. Is in the lead on the hards. Will be pitting later, though. So, on track first, not actual track position first. Makes sense? Makes sense. So, everybody on the medium is diving into the pits. Will Gold Killer also go into the pits? I think we will. Where will Spark come out? Spark coming out of the pits. We'll have some traffic. Behind Gold Killer is in P6. With Rockstar immediately behind him. Has, oh my god, that undercut. Rockstar immediately behind him now when he almost had he had quite a few seconds ahead of Rockstar. And now Spark already with the speed on Gold Killer is now ahead. Rockstar trying to poke his nose around the outside. Has the better tires. And is through as well. Oh, and then Gold Killer! What are we doing? Trying to hold the inside. Gives a little tap to Rockstar. And now Rockstar is behind Dom. Examine fighting with Goldwood as well. Now ahead. All of these people trying to fight through traffic. Berkey catching to Bro Joshua. Bro Joshua had gotten ahead of Berkey at some point without me realizing. Turbo gaining on Rockstar. Oh my god, why do I switch as soon as a move is made? Yeah, I have the stream up for D2, and yeah, it's crazy that they haven't started. Is this the Gold Killer return to glory? Probably not. He's just not fast enough. Rockstar in P7 behind Dom. Turbo checking with a 3-second time penalty. Gold Killer into the pits. Kreger also into the pits. Seeing time gained massively by Bro Joshua on Berkey. We'll be getting the slipstream. Has a lot more battery. Should get the overtake done by the end of the straight. Has it. And is clear. I expect no move. Ooh. Rockstar trying to get a run on Turbo. Or not on Turbo, on Dom. Has it. Holding the inside line well ahead. Dom trying to take a different line. Ooh, Rockstar not really staying on track. Has now conceded position in a way to the Aston Martin. It is Berkey and Bro Joshua continuing to battle. This is kind of the opposite of what they want to be doing. I mean, maybe if they're switching in good places, right? But they're just slowing each other down on their hards. When they're on a different strategy, really just need to, you know, drive in as much cleaner as possible and just kind of gain as much time as they can. These two, Audi, McLaren, Rockstar Turbo, continuing to battle. We've seen this battle all throughout the race. Superiority and Nova also fighting as well. Oh man, the wheel-to-wheel racing is just these nimbler, smaller cars. Smiley, speaking of which, very close to the Cadillac of Constipated. Has so much battery. I mean, you gotta dump it, brother. Mein child in Christ, you gotta use that battery. Seems to want no part in overtaking Constipated at the moment. Is on fresh hards. Playing the long game. Playing the long game, I guess. Oh my god, that's terrifying. That is terrifying to see Lair just screaming into the pits. Maybe that's why. He knew the situation, expected him to pit at some point, didn't want to risk anything crazy when he knew that he would get clear of him, you know, just automatically. Berkey now overtaken by Bro Joshua once again. Smiley and Shawarma very close together. It is Shawarma right behind of Smiley, but does not have battery. Smiley will be able to pull away quite significantly, as Shawarma is 0 on battery. Everybody else kind of close, but not really very, very close. Nobody really sniffing each other's farts. D2 still not starting the race. Now, officially over at the halfway point in this race, and D2 has yet to begin their race. Let's look at these tire differences. So, the front three yet to pit onto their mediums. Spark on track, actual first place. Has mitigated the undercut. Everybody else behind him getting a little too slowed down by traffic. And so Spark retaining his lead. Kreger and Superiority. That's kind of an early pit. Already on 6 laps of hards. Interesting. Turbo gaining on Dom. Berkey into the pit. Do the others follow? No, Bro Joshua staying out still. Very tight racing here. Spark, new fastest lap on the hards. 10-second penalty to Smiley. Is Smiley into the pits? What happened to Smiley? What happened there? Oh my god. Incident. Very likely. Berkey into the pits. Yep, already said that. Should be exiting the pits. Did just exit the pits. Dom with a run on Turbo, maybe. Smiley retiring from the session. Oh, no. Oh, nosers. Dom. 3-second time penalty for Nova. The McLaren stays ahead. Turbo Chicken staying ahead. But has a 3-second time penalty, so a little inconsequential at the moment. Is that Rockstar with another 3 seconds? It is. He is now up to 6. NASCAR trying to get ahead of Bro Joshua. When will they pit? Will they respond to the undercut from Berkey? Chronica with a 3-second time penalty. Shawarma was very close to Kreger. I think I missed what might have happened, but Kreger with ooh, he just has no battery, man. Absolutely none. None whatsoever. See, from P13 down, there's just massive gaps. Massive, massive gaps. Oh, D2 on their formation lap. Let's go. Ooh, some battling up ahead. Oh, Nova running wide. Wonder what might have happened. Able to recover nicely, though. Losing 2 positions. NASCAR and Bro Joshua very close together. NASCAR is staying out still. Is he going hard softs? Is he a mastermind, or is he just crazy in the head? Turbo is very close to Spark now. Spark will have the freshest tires. No, they are the same tire age. So it's gonna come down to who has overused them, maybe pushed too hard, locked up a little too much. That's what it's gonna come down to. Dom with a run on Turbo. A little bit of wheel bumping. All good, though. Is ahead. Has the inside. Kreger and the Red Bull of, or the Ferrari of superiority. Fighting. It is a Red Bull. Staying ahead. Getting ahead. Bro, Joshua gaining a lot on Nova. Sending it up the inside. Ooh, bit of bumping there. Bit of contact, but does get the move. NASCAR Freak being overtaken by Spark is on the oldest tires besides Shorma. Shorma really committing to these hards. So now it is up to Dom and Turbo to get ahead of NASCAR Freak as soon as possible, as Spark has pulled a lot of time on these guys. Ooh, some rough battling here. NASCAR really slowing these guys down. And there he goes into the pits. All right, they have made it through. Dom not getting overtaken. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Game lying to me. The game has lied. Kreger ahead of superiority. No, never mind. I lied. Turbo. Massive speed difference to the Aston Martin ahead. Not able to hold on to it though. Dom just able to maintain more speed. Spark running away with it right now. Not running away with it, let me not say that, but in the lead, facing no real pressure from the cars behind. The only one really a threat to him now is Dom, as Turbo and Rockstar both have time penalties. Could this be the league owner's moments of glory in week 3 of season 3? Can Spark pull a rabbit out of the hat? Can Spark do it? Avicular and Kartik fighting in D2 at the moment on lap 1. A little bit of craziness going on in the bus stop chicane. Shorma very close to Nova. On very old tires. Yep, still on very old tires. Hey! Extracurricular activities there! You know, that may have actually looked like Shorma got shoved off. Hey, what's up, Dominator? Yeah, that looks to, seemingly to have been very unfortunate for Shorma. Man, Turbo was very close, but just not getting as good of an exit to Spark. Now Spark is under pressure, but has so much battery. Let's go, Spark. Battery merchant, it seems like, at the moment. Kartik back in the lead in D2. Let's go. Dom getting ahead of Turbo. See, these two behind Spark, if they continue fighting, Spark is just gonna... he's just loving it. Pure cinema is what he's expecting. Gold Killer in P19. What happened to him, man? He was doing okay for a little while. Beecham. Oh. Is now ahead. Can he stay ahead? Seems to be. Hey! A little bit of aggressive driving maybe from the Red Bull of NASCAR. Beecham will not be happy. Let's tune back into this race. Giant stick with a 3-second time penalty. Look at these guys. About 8.5 laps left of racing. No. 6.5. So very near the end here. Roughly about, maybe 10 minutes of racing left. 10 to 12. Turbo getting ahead of Dom. They're battling wheel to wheel. Taking a little bit of grass as Dom. Has a lot of battery saved up though. How much does Turbo Chicken have possibly? Spark just loves to see this happening in his mirrors. And his Turbo getting the better traction is now ahead, but Dom seemingly having more battery, I think. Going for a bit of a switchback, prioritizing the exit. And I think he's got him. Maybe Turbo. Yep, Turbo low on battery. Ooh, he's a sitting duck then. Rockstar could gain on him if he has some battery saved up. He does. Not really using it though. Not knowing the situation. Maybe just kind of awaiting his chance. Maybe a little too patient there. Could have definitely gotten ahead. Bro Joshua now going for the overtake on Kreger. Has the inside line. Kreger not really fighting it. Not much more happening from there. Pixel Knight getting ahead of Shawarma now. Is Shawarma ever going to pit off of these hards? What is he? Is he going hard to softs? What are we doing? What is the thinking in that noggin of his? And that coconut, cocoa melon, watermelon helmet looking ass head of his. Like, what are we doing? He's just really committed, I guess, to the hard soft. I don't know. Operating on a completely different wavelength from myself. Turbo over a second behind of Dom. It might now become a Dom v Spark battle. Ooh, Spark low on battery. They are about equal on battery now. Actually, no, Dom with more battery, it seems like, will be recharging more as he does have overtake over Spark. So it's going to be up to Spark to harvest as much as he can and defend as well as he can. Taking up as much of the track as possible within legal, I don't know, within regulations, within the rules. And now, harvesting a little bit is Spark, letting Dom get ahead for the time being. Shawarma, 3-second time penalty. Kreger ahead of Bro Joshua. And then immediately re-overtaking is Spark. Turbo, though, getting a double slipstream. Not sending a move. Not sending a move at all. There is now 5 laps of racing. 5 laps of racing remaining. Very little time left. Shawarma has finally pit. Has to be onto softs, dude. Yeah, he's on softs. I don't know if I understand the move. I mean, did he get a little shafted with some incidents? Very likely, but potentially. Quite possibly. But still a weird strategy call, I think. Maybe he knows something that we do not. Yep, a lot of gaps have formed now, but not between the top 3. Top 3 continuing to battle it out. The issue is, though, really it's just a two-way battle, as Turbo does have his time penalty. It's still 3, I think. Yep, still just 3 seconds. Rockstar right now looking to maybe just gain as much time as possible on Examined. Does have older tires, though, so it might be a little difficult. Baby lockup from Spark. See, this is where the mind games come in. This is where the chess game really takes a hold of this racing. Where do I overtake? Where do I maybe let myself be overtaken? Where do I defend hard? And where do I just sit by passively and recharge my battery? Takes a lot of thinking. Spark, see, like I said, maybe not fighting this. Oh, yes, he is fighting it. Wheel to wheel. Who has the speed? Seems to be Spark. Dom has just a little more battery, though. Both depleted by now. Dom making the move. Side by side. Oh my god, look at Turbo's battery. Oh my god, Turbo. Examined is gaining on Rockstar. Not looking good for him. Turbo, dude. He might have something cooking right now. Yellow flags at the start of Sector 2 seem to have gone away rapidly. Yeah, I mean, Turbo's just sitting here on 100%, just kind of awaiting his chance at glory, awaiting his opportunity, his moment to strike. Does he decide it is now? I think he has decided it is now. Dom now slipping into P3. Does he send a move? No, he does not. Sits behind. This is exactly what Spark wants, though, as, you know, Turbo playing a little more of a patience game, separating Spark from Dom. Now no longer under any direct threat. I mean, Turbo can fight all he wants. I don't know, it's a weird situation. Turbo can fight all he wants, but he needs to pull away by 3 seconds. And, you know, with all this battery, it could very well happen. Spark now, once again, kind of letting himself be overtaken. And Spark, I think I did see him. He now has 3-second time penalty. It's Dom! All for Dom! This moment of glory may be fading from Spark, fading away like dust. Just falling apart as quickly as it, I don't even know, as quickly as the battery runs out. I don't fucking know, man. I'm not an analogy expert. So it is Dom, seemingly, you know, fully in control of his own destiny, with, you know, 2.5 laps to go. I could go check how many warnings he's gotten, but honestly, I like the surprise. I like the suspense. Nova Gold Killer fighting. This is wild. This is crazy. So now Turbo and Spark fighting directly with each other, and it is Turbo ahead now. So Spark with about a second to gain to try and overtake Turbo. Otherwise, he'll have P3. So best either one of them can do at the moment as things stand in this current situation is P2. Turbo and Spark will be fighting for P2. Rockstar kind of just in purgatory right now. He needs to pull away from Examined, which means he'd have to overtake people ahead of him. And it's just a weird situation for Rockstar, looking at a P5 at the moment. Dom back ahead of Turbo. Spark! Ooh, Spark has lost it! But it's fine. As long as he stays within 3 seconds of Rockstar, he will not lose a position. Oh, but Examined Games! This is disaster for Spark. Turbo maybe trying to get ahead of Dom. Ooh, Sparky. I think Sparky's lost another position. What the hell? What the hell was that? Dude, what am I watching, man? What am I spectating? What am I consuming with my eyes? Okay, to recap, this is second to last lap. To recap, what we're looking at here is Rockstar will plummet down positions as he has 6 seconds of time penalties. Turbo and Spark in direct competition with each other, and both seemingly will lose a position to Examined Games. Examined Games looking at a podium finish. Coming back from what was a large deficit late in this race to potentially take advantage of these penalties ahead of him. Dom very well in the lead, should have the race win. Barring any wild circumstances, any wild happenstances, any wild, I don't know, occurrences in the last lap that we will begin here shortly. Examined Games, man, what a run! What a run all the way back up to the top. Very strong race pace. Very well could have a P3 locked up. Turbo trying to get ahead of Rockstar, has gotten ahead of him. Almost trying to guarantee himself that P3. Maybe. Let's look at the leader. This is where it really matters. So Turbo is about a second behind Dom. And then Examined Games is... At the moment, Turbo would hold on to second place, as Examined Games is too far behind at the moment. Turbo doing what he can to solidify a podium. Spark, yeah, it looks like it'll be an Examined Games P3 as things stand at the moment. Almost over it. This race is. For Joshua, Superiority locked in the battle. Superiority is ahead. Only up, oh, up 4 positions. This is pretty solid. Berkey up how many? 7? Pretty solid, pretty solid. But this is what it really comes down to, these podium spots. Rockstar with 6 seconds of time penalties, pretty much guaranteed 0 podium, P4 at best. Examine Games, depending on where he stands, how close he is to Turbo Chicken, could maybe sneak into P2, looking less and less likely as this last lap develops. Because he has about a second. Oh, he's close. I think he'd barely make it through right now as it stands. But with these ever-changing interval times, it's very hard to tell. Bro, Joshua, 3-second time penalty. Dom just has bus stop to endure. Just bus stop to make it through to get a race win. The first of this season for him. Oh, what's up, hot dog? Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. There he goes. Look at him. He knows he has won this race. Turbo, though, trying to gain as much time. It is Examine Games getting that P3. Only 2 tenths. He needed 2 tenths to slide into P2. Really slide his meat into the cheeks of Turbo Chicken. Much like Mr. Hot Dog, slide that little Frankenwiener, you know, into places maybe where it doesn't belong. Dustin finishing in P9. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Yep, Berkey happy with a P6 considering his horrible audio situation. Spark finishing P4, what looked to be maybe a race win for him. Tumbling down, crushing around him like Pompeii's walls. You know, great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, Nova leaving the session early, very likely to mess with the Racing League tools. Let's not do that, guys. That makes the Racing League tools freak out. Hot Dog. Let me quote Hot Dog on this. Let me read it all in a very regal manner. You tell me where it doesn't belong, and I will tell you why it does. Well said, Mr. Hot Dog. Well said. But Dom, congrats. Race win. Spectacular. Spectacular race. It is Kartik in the lead right now, pitting early onto hards. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. Dom, excited, man. That's exactly the voice you used in your head. Let's go. Let's go, homie. Wait a minute. There's too much maple syrup on the podium. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. Get him off the podium. Get him out of here. Fastest lap set by Shawarma on that at the very end. What a bum. NASCAR driver of the day. We'll see about that. Lair cleanest driver according to the game. I would say Examine Games actually driver of the day. 9th to 3rd, really sliding up just, you know, on his own for a long time, holding that consistent race pace, 0 overtake mode to him, and sneaking his way up into P3, taking advantage of what was other people's misfortunes, other people's mistakes, sneaking his way onto a podium from 9th place. Other than that, though, Berkey up into 6th from 13th, 14th up into 7th for NASCAR. Who did it say was? Oh, it said NASCAR Freak. I mean, 14th to 7th. That's admirable. That is pretty impressive. But I think really man of the hour, man of the race is Examine Games. But that is it for PTRL Participation Trophy Racing League Spa Week 3 of Season 3, brought to you by me, Fridge, owner of FSR, Fridge's School of Racing. Go check it out, or let me know if you're interested. If you're not in the know, if you're not in the cool social group that is known as FSR. Otherwise, I have been your favorite commentator. I have been the goated Fridge commentator. And yeah, great race. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know you enjoyed. I enjoyed. And yeah, I shall see you guys the next time around. Have a great rest of your day. It has been a great one. Thank you so very much, boys. You are all very, very beautiful. Love you all.